Welcome back, guys. Today we got O'Reilly. O'Reilly has signed an extension. John Stones is not going anywhere, apparently. City are trying to get Echeverri to stay after trying to get him to go to Girona over Roma. Vito Reis on loan to Girona, nearly done. And could we still get Livramento? So, yeah. O'Reilly. Let's talk about O'Reilly first. So what does this mean? What does this mean for Manchester City? Well, it means we've got a bit of backup for the left back, which is what we need because obviously, you know, Aït-Nouri is going to AFCON in the winter. So O'Reilly is decent backup there. Whether he transitions to a different area on the pitch, I don't know. Possibly. He's a natural number 10. As far as I know, he's a natural number 10. For me, this is good. The only time it's bad is if we lose out on, say, an Echeverri instead of him, because I'd rather have an Echeverri there. I think he's more of a polished player. Obviously, O'Reilly is a very good player, but I think he still needs a bit of time. But obviously, with him about to sign an extension, O'Reilly is happy with a bit part play. So yeah, let's just see what happens, innit? John Stones is not going anywhere. So obviously, homegrown, I didn't think he would go anywhere. I think if anyone was going to go from that back line, it would be Akanji. I think Akanji is a sensible option for Pep and the crew. John Stones, just having him there, even if he's injured. Obviously, it's a bit of a sink, a bit of a money sink, but you know, what can you do? He's contracted. Maybe he doesn't want to go. We can't force him out. He ain't going anywhere. He's probably just happy sitting on the bench now until next season when his contract runs out and he'll just go on a free. City are trying to get Echeverri to stay at Manchester City. Why? Why? Well, obviously we know that he'd like to move. He has come out and he said he'd like to move to Roma. The problem is that Manchester City are trying to get him to go to Girona. My Girona. Yeah, so they're trying to get him to go to Girona because obviously it's a sister club. And you know, it benefits Manchester City. They can get him back without any hurdles getting in the way, without Girona trying to convince him to stay. And obviously, Girona aren't really an elite club, whereas Roma are a bit more of a polished club. So maybe if he enjoys his time at Roma say, hey, try and get out of there, come here, and you can go next year. And Manchester City trying to keep a grip on Echeverri, and I think Echeverri's got a really, really good position here. So obviously, yesterday it came out that Girona wanted Echeverri and Echeverri wanted Roma. Roma wanted Echeverri. Manchester City don't want him going to Roma. So basically, maybe Echeverri's trying to say, well, listen, keep me here, play me. If I've got a part to play here, I'll stay here. I'm a Manchester City player. I'll stay here. So Echeverri, if he went to Roma, would have the upper hand. But if Manchester City kept him, he'd still have the upper hand. But at the same time, we still keep one of our promising prospects in Echeverri. For me, keep him. Just keep him. If he's happy to stay and play a bit here and a bit there. And you never know, he could fight his way in. We've seen a phenomenal free kick from him in the Club World Cup before he got injured. What a player he is. So my choice would be just keep him. Just keep him. Other news, other stay-ins is Khusanov. Khusanov is staying at the club. So good news for us. Hopefully he's in the plans. Like, I want him to play instead of Ruben Diaz. That's not me throwing Ruben Diaz in the trash. That's just me wanting our system to be better. And I think our system with those two attacking fullbacks would be a better system with Khusanov. It's just going to be better. Khusanov is a faster player. Maybe he's not as defensive-minded as Ruben Diaz. Maybe he's not as polished as Ruben Diaz. But we need pace. And he's not exactly silly. He's not exactly stupid. You know, he ain't a sandwich short of a picnic, Khusanov. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to defend. Let's not mention the Chelsea thing. You know, that was all blown up when it was happening. Never mind now. Khusanov, to me, should be integral. Hopefully, he is integral. Whether that be with Aït-Nouri and Nunes on the bench and 3 centre-backs, essentially, which I think would be the better sort of system, or having Aït-Nouri and Nunes and the partnership in the centre backs as Vardiol and Khusanov. That's just the way I'd go with it. So if you're not going to play Nunes, then just play Khusanov, Diaz, and Vardiol, which is probably the best option. It's probably the most offensive. But then we shouldn't be expecting Khusanov to run down the wing and try and cross it in because he ain't that player. He ain't that player. Could he do it? Yeah, he could probably scrape by, but that's not an every week sort of thing. Unless he really, really works on his crossing, he works on his passing, and he works on his getting back, his football brain. Vito Reis on loan to Girona, nearly done. Is that good for him? Yes, it's good for him. Is it good for us? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. I think it was 30th of June he comes back. It's good. It's good. He needs that time. He'll come back next season and he'll be much, much better. He'll be a better player for it. He will. It will benefit him in a good way. It'll benefit us in a good way. Sad to see him go, but he doesn't seem like he's being negative about it. It just seems like he wants to get on with it. He wants to move for his own sake, and good on him. Good on him. I'll be happy to see him come back. Like Saliba, I think Saliba was an expensive player. I think it was like 27 million, 26 million or something. He went away on loan, came back to Arsenal, and look at Saliba now. I don't rate him that highly. I think Gabriel is a better defender than him, but he's still better for it. He went out on loan and he come back and he's still better for it. So yeah, Vito Reis on loan to Girona. Good luck, and we'll see you in a year. The big news of the video: could we still get Livramento? At the minute, every club surrounding Newcastle is like seagulls. I feel for them. I do feel for them. And now, obviously, you'll have all seen the video I come out and made on Isak. That had some comments on it, didn't it? Saying I'm bitter and all this and that, and I forgot about when Sterling was coming to City. No, I remember. I think if a player signs a contract, they sign a contract. It is what it is. So Newcastle are trying to get Livramento on a new contract. Livramento apparently wants the move to City. As you can see, he isn't going to do an Isak and pull out of training and go missing and go and train at his old club and none of that rubbish. I think it's a simple case of Livramento saying, "Hey, listen, can I go?" Newcastle saying, "Well, you know what? We'll offer you this." And maybe Livramento says, "You know what? You put your trust in me. Maybe I'll do that for you." What I wouldn't want is Livramento to be trying to force his way out of the club and it get toxic, and then we become the Seagull Club. We shouldn't be picking at these chips. These players should want to come. The clubs should still be amicable, and there should be, an amicable reasoning to these deals. You get a bit of money, we get the player, you get little add-ons. We win the league, you get a bit more money. And the problem is that Newcastle they're not a selling club anymore. Newcastle, or at least they don't want to be a selling club. Newcastle want to be challenging. They've got owners which have a lot of money. Newcastle's owners have a lot of money. They have more money than any other club in the league as far as their owners are concerned. But they can't control this. It's the same as Villa. Villa's owners have a lot of money, but they can't control. Newcastle got in just after the PSR drawbridge, so they're a bit buggered, really. They are a bit buggered. I feel for them. Maybe it's going to show how well run of a club they are. If they can do it, if they can invest a bit of money, maybe it's going to show how well run of a club they are. But it's not looking good right now. And if City win the 115, 130 case, maybe something will happen. Maybe Newcastle will be able to invest a bit of money in sponsorships, this, that, the other, whatever. But we're talking about Livramento. Do I think he'll come? Probably not. I don't think Livramento is going to come. There's a possibility there. I'd say there's as much possibility of us getting Livramento as there is Liverpool getting Isak. I think the Isak thing is that toxic now that it's going to be a hard one to get over the line, and I think Newcastle are going to want 150 million, and so they should. Get your bag, rinse them, absolutely rinse them. Livramento, if we want him, we're going to have to pay somewhere along the AC Mills, ATMs for a right back. But He's young. We'll get him for 10 odd years. Pay the money. If you want him that badly, pay the money. I'm happy with Nunes as long as Guardiola's happy with Nunes. But it's not about us. It's about the club and what the club think is best. This club needs to show us this season. Pep needs to show us this season that he's the best manager. The club needs to show us that they are ruthless and they are a good club and win something. It's got to happen. I'm not saying they got to win the Prem. It's got to happen. They got to win something. That's all I've got for you. Like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.